new episode of Eating Right with Angel, and of course I'm your host Angel, and today is my 10th episode. I am so excited. I have done 10 of these wonderful and great episodes. I am so excited. So today I have something different for you. I'm going to be making an oven-baked tofu on top of a bed of greens and jasmine rice, served with a sweet chili garlic sauce. So I know I may have lost some of you at tofu, but chances are if you don't like tofu, you just haven't had it prepared properly before. So tofu is just soybean bean curd that comes from the milk of the soybean, and it is coagulated into like solid white blocks, and then it can be any range of firmness, whether it's soft, firm, or extra firm. Today we're going to be using soft tofu, but you can use whichever type of firmness of tofu that you like or that you may want to try. So what you want to do is always like press your tofu down. So tofu comes packaged in a lot of water. Oh, you'll see some of it coming out now. Okay, yeah, it is gonna get kind of messy in here today. So that's why I have this bowl here. So we're just gonna pour out all of that extra water. Yeah, get as much of it out as you can. Perfect. And I'm just gonna go ahead and set this aside. So after you remove all the excess water, what you're going to want to do is just remove the tofu from the packaging ever so gently, grab a plate, and after you grab your plate, you want to line it with paper towels just so that you can catch all of the extra water that's going to come off of the tofu once we press it down. So gently remove the tofu from your container and set it on top of the paper towel that you already have set. Go ahead and grab another set of paper towels to lay on top of that as well. You know, just go ahead and fold it in half so it can collect as much water as possible from the tofu. Then next, what you're gonna do is go ahead and grab a cutting board so that you can set your heavy equipment on top of it. So you wanna find the heaviest thing that you have in your kitchen. And for me, that is going to be my cast iron skillet. Go ahead and set it on top of your cutting board and then let that rest for about 20 to 30 minutes or until you see that the tofu is about half the size as the original size. Perfect, welcome back. So we do already have some water boiling here. It is ready to go. So I'm just gonna add some salt. Just go ahead and salt our water. So this is gonna be about a tablespoon of salt just to salt the water there. And then I'm gonna stir that up a little bit just so it gets incorporated. And then we'll go ahead and add our rice. So this is just some simple white organic jasmine rice. It's just a little bit just because it's just me. So we're gonna go ahead and bring that back up to a boil and we're gonna let this go. You can use any kind of white rice or even brown rice, just depending on your preference for this dish. So we're gonna let this go and then I'll meet y'all back here and we'll chop up some vegetables. So we are gonna go ahead and cut up some of our vegetables here. So as you'll see, I have a wet paper towel down underneath our cutting board so it stays nice and firm. And then what we're gonna do first, you don't wash mushrooms. I'm pretty sure most of you knew that, but just in case you didn't, this is another tip. Don't wash your mushrooms, you will ruin this. They absorb all of the water and then it'll just be a mushy mess. So you just wanna grab a paper towel and just kind of rub off that excess dirt that you see is coming off nicely. So you just want to rub off that excess top layer until you have a nice, pretty white mushroom. So as you'll see, this is the difference. Perfect. So we're going to set this one aside and just go ahead and do that for all of them. Make sure that you get the roots and get everything around it. But of course, a little dirt never hurt anybody. But, you know, that's what I was taught growing up in the country. So, and then it's really nice because you just fold this right on over and then just use the opposite side. Perfect. So that is done. So now we're gonna go ahead and slice these horizontal. Yes, vertical. Ah, see, got you there. Vertical. So we want to get that nice true mushroom shape. So I'll go ahead and show you one. So what we want is this nice mushroom shape. I mean, you can dice it if you want, but I personally just like it because it reminds me of the Smurfs from when I was little. So I'm gonna slice them vertically. As you see, they all came out so nice and just so cute. It's like copy and pasting. Perfect. Ooh, onions make you cry sometimes. Beautiful. Those are done. And I'm gonna clean up here and I'll meet you back and we'll go ahead and start on our sauce. So it is time to go ahead and work on our sweet chili garlic sauce. So I have here some chili garlic sauce. So there's half of the equation there. So we'll go ahead and add a few tablespoons. This stuff is really spicy. Oh my goodness. It like you can smell it right now how spicy it is. Like, but it's gonna be delicious because you know I love spice, but this took my taste buds to another level when I tasted it. So with that, that's gonna be our sauce there, and then we're going to go ahead and add, got a couple on my fingers, gonna wash that. Perfect, so I did just go ahead and rinse that off, and we'll go ahead and add some honey. Now, we're gonna be really generous with our honey here. And then we're gonna add a little bit of toasted sesame seed oil. So perfect. So we're gonna add that, and then we're gonna go ahead and whisk this together, and then we'll be done. Perfect. Let's go ahead and give this a taste here. Ooh, my nose is burning. Oh wow, everything's perfect. The honey doesn't overwhelm the spiciness, but you really can still feel that kick. But it's nicely cooled off by that toasted sesame seed oil as well as the honey. So this is done. It was like 3 steps. And then we're gonna go ahead and finish our tofu and then work on the edamame. So it's finally time to go ahead and take all of our heavy duty equipment here, off of our tofu, and I'll show you how much of the water actually came out of the tofu. Oh my goodness. Like, when I show you this, you're gonna be like, what? Like, look at the bottom of the cutting board. There is just so much liquid here. Perfect, so everything is all cleaned up. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and cut these into nice cubes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half. Like, tofu is just so soft. Look how pretty that is. And then set this to the side. And just gonna go ahead and cut it right in half. Be really gentle with it because it has a mind of its own sometimes. And it breaks really easily. So just be really soft and gentle with it, and you have a nice 2 pieces. We're going to put those back together because we're going to cut them together. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. Nice and gentle to our tofu. We want to be kind to our food. Perfect. And we have 2 pieces there. And then we're going to go ahead and cut the long way. We'll probably like 3 slices here. And cut it back across. Okay, and I'm going to grab a bowl really quickly. And we'll go ahead and add these pieces that we already have cut to our bowl. And then we'll just repeat the same thing to the other side. eat them like they are, but they have no flavor. So, but that's the great thing about tofu. So tofu can actually mimic any flavor that you give it because it's so bland. When you get tofu, it has no flavor whatsoever. It tastes just like nothing, like chewy, nothing. But again, that's the great thing about tofu. You can add any flavor and make it taste like anything. So if you want to make it taste like steak, you can certainly do that. Just add some steak sauce, some steak seasoning, you're all good. Want it to taste like chicken? Add chicken seasoning. And maybe like a vegetable or chicken bouillon. It'll be really good. So, now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and start with our seasoning. So of course we're gonna do our standard salt and pepper. And it's okay to be really, really generous with this. And I have some chili powder. Then we'll have some ginger powder. Or ground ginger. It smells so good. And then the most important ingredient to kind of help your tofu stay crispy is adding cornstarch. So this is another awesome tip. Go ahead and add that cornstarch right in there. Perfect. And then we'll add a little bit of rice vinegar. Also help soak in some of that additional flavor. And then of course you can't have tofu without soy sauce. So I'm gonna add some soy sauce here. And then we're gonna, once we add our tofu to our pan, then we'll add our sesame. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab handy dandy trusty spatula. Just kind of mix everything together here. And try not to break the pieces, like just try to be really gentle with it. Move everything around. You'll already see some of the pieces starting to take color and get some of that cornstarch on it. It's gonna help it crisp up nicely. Perfect. So that should be good. Like you can already see how it's already starting to take some of the flavor of the seasoning that we just added. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit, grab our pan, and then we'll put some toasted sesame seed oil and pop them in a 350-degree oven. So we're gonna go ahead and add our toasted sesame seed oil here. We wanna add a good amount just because we don't want our tofu to stick to the pan. So we'll put that back on. And we'll go ahead and move this around. So it coats the bottom of our pan nicely. And you know, I'm all about easy cleanup. You don't have to line your pan with aluminum foil, but I hate scrubbing pans. Oh my goodness, it's a pet peeve of mine. So the easier to clean up for me, the better. So we're just gonna go ahead and dump our tofu right on the pan. And then we'll just move it around. Make sure that no pieces are touching. Oh, look at that. It smells so good. You know, it really does smell like chicken, but that's what they say about everything. Perfect. So this is done. This is gonna get put into a 350-degree oven for 15 minutes, and then you're going to take them out, flip them halfway through, put them back in for another 15 minutes, and then they'll be nice and golden. So it's finally time for us to go ahead and make our veggies that are going to go into our rice. So I do have just some edamame here, some mushrooms, the onion, the garlic, and the ginger that we chopped up a little bit earlier. So I do have a nice hot pan here. We're just going to use a little bit of the oil here. And I also have some sesame seeds that we're just going to top everything off with. So we're going to get this nice and hot. Beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and add our onions. Nice sizzle. And we're just going add just a little bit of salt and pepper here at the beginning. I'm gonna let this cook down maybe another minute. The purpose of that is getting nice and translucent. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add our mushrooms. Perfect. Then I do just have the edamame, and it is actually, it's not that hot. I thought it would be hotter than that. We'll go ahead and add those in. Smells amazing. So you want to keep moving this around just like a stir fry because it's on a really high heat. Like if I stop, it'll probably burn. This color is so beautiful. We'll go ahead and add our ginger, and then we'll finish off with our garlic and sesame seeds. Perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn off the heat because the heat from everything else is gonna go ahead and cook our garlic, and we don't want it to burn. So I'm gonna let that you can really smell that ginger and garlic and the edamame and the mushrooms, and that red onion has cooked down so nicely. Ooh, one popped out. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish this off with some sesame seeds. Because what dish wouldn't be complete without sesame seeds? Well, maybe a cake. But we'll finish this off with some sesame seeds. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Once we come back, I'm going to go ahead and flip and put the tofu back in the oven. Look at that sizzle. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. And you see they're already moving around because we put that extra layer of toasted sesame seed oil. So we're just going to go ahead and flip these over. Let them go for another 15 minutes. Go ahead and look at the caramelization. It is stunning. Perfect. That is done. These are going to go back in the oven for another 15 minutes, and then it'll be time to plate. So I have taken our tofu out of the oven and let it cool down just a little bit, and let it rest on paper towels just to remove some of that excess oil, and they are gorgeous. Like, you remember how white it was like earlier? That was that beautiful golden brown. It is gorgeous, and I just want to eat it right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start on our plating so I can go ahead and eat this. So we're gonna go ahead and add some of our rice. I went ahead and added our vegetables to it. I'm just gonna add it like nice kind of center there, and then we're gonna go ahead and top that off with some of our greens. So again, it's just some spring mix lettuce that I have. I'm just gonna lay it out pretty so that our tofu has a nice bed to like lay on. Then what we're gonna do is add some yummy tofu. So, just grab a couple pieces, just pile it right on top. So it's okay if they fall off the top, you know. And then my favorite part is going to be this wonderful sauce that we made. This sweet chili garlic sauce. Just gonna fill up our ramekin just for some presentation purposes. And you can make this for like an appetizer or anything. And that's what I like about tofu. It's so versatile. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Just gonna put that there. And we're going to finish this off with some sesame seeds. Look at this plate. I will eat it. Oh yeah, this is gorgeous. disposable chopsticks. So let's go ahead and put it in there. Put this tofu. Sauce there. Look at that crunch. That is really good. Got some of that rice and vegetables. I need another piece of this. The sweet and spiciness really helps bring out the flavor of the tofu as well as the seasonings that we put on it. Like, this is really good. And it's really crunchy. Maybe I should have named this crispy tofu. We'll think about that for next time. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. Make sure that you give my video a like and subscribe to my channel. And I hope that you have a wonderful day.